All right, so we're going into our next steps of our Intro to CAD series, and this is only going to be two-part video. One is going to be, we've talked about like what are the basic concepts of it, and that's our how do we turn this 3D drawing into a 2D sketch that we can then put into our 3D design software, whether it's Autodesk Inventor or OnShape. There's going to be tools in either one that are very similar that do the same thing, and they fall into this category, right? So we're going to make a sketch, we're going to dimension that sketch, and then we're going to extrude that sketch. And they're really it's really those three steps for any design that you're making, whether you're adding something to another part or you have a part that you're creating from nothing. That's what the steps you're going to take. So we're going to start off with the same thing. So in OnShape, so you guys have the OnShape login. You should be able to log in using your student number. You're going to hit create. We're going to go document. Okay, and our first one that we're going to make is our intro to CAD, and it'll be part 1. Okay, and then it's going to load our workspace here. So in our workspace, there's 3 planes here. And these planes, I want you guys to think of them as sheets of paper. So you're going to have, you've got 3 sheets of paper here that face different directions. And so, like if I click on front, I want you to think of that front view as a piece of paper that you can draw on, which is our first step, right? We're going to make a sketch. So you're going to right click on the one that you want, and you're going to hit new sketch. Okay, and in Autodesk it orients it flat automatically, and this one it doesn't. This one's kind of new to me, so if it does, I don't know what the default is yet. I'll have to figure that out later. But then you're ready to start a sketch. You can tell you're in a sketch because you got this little window here that says sketch, and it says front plane. And front plane, again, you're looking at this as a piece of paper. Well, step 1 in our directions was to make a 2D sketch. So we're going to make a 2D sketch. So we start that off with our line. So we're going to make our outline here. And some people like to start on the origin. I actually don't like to start on the origin. It's more of a preference thing. So we're going to go up and over, down. Okay, and you can see that it's kind of locking in when there's like a line that'll pop over. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I think when it's a certain distance away, it doesn't. And then we're just going to make that little outline. Okay, so you can see how like it's close enough there. It wants to know, do I want to make that match up? We don't want that one to match up. It would be locked to that line that's up top. We want it to be here. Okay, and then we're going to lock it again. Okay, and that's it for that. So now on OnShape, it doesn't reach as far for making things line up. You can, I don't know if you can see it, but this is actually not, it's not parallel with the other part of our sketch over here. So we want to go through and use our constraint tools and make things parallel. So we're going to hit parallel, and we want to make sure that this is parallel to this, all the lines that are going across, and this is parallel to this, and parallel to this, parallel to this. So all the lines running across, we want to make sure that they're all parallel. Okay, and then same thing going up and down. So, or going vertically. So we're going to say, select our parallel tool again. And we're going to go here to here. It might already be parallel. So they might be parallel already. But it's just good to double check that they're all parallel to each other. That way we don't have any, mess ups later on with our measurements. So now we've got our sketch. So I'm going to look at step 1. Did we complete step 1? And step 1 says make a 2D sketch. Well, we made a 2D sketch in our software, right? Or in OnShape. Now we need to go back and we need to dimension it. So dimensioning happens here. So here's our dimensioning tool. And we're going to put in the same dimensions that we put in on our 2D sketch here. So we're going to start off with all our yellow highlights. I'd like to start off with the one that goes all the way across, and we're just going to click on the 2 lines that we want to dimension in between, and we'll put our measurement in there. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the next one, next yellow one, and I'm going to go across. So you guys should have your hand drawing already done for this. And you won't always have to do hand drawings. We're just doing those hand drawings for our assignment. Put that 0.5 there. And then we got this one going across. Got 2. And then this guy. Okay, so we've got all of our orange ones in there now. And so when I'm saying orange dimensions, I'm talking, or I'm yellow dimensions, I'm talking about our yellow dimensions from this problem, right? So we got 4, 0.5, 0.5, 1 inch, 2 inch. Now we're going to go on to the green ones. So we've got 3 green ones in here, which are vertical. So they are our 0.5, our 1.5, and our 1. So I'm just going to go from here down to here. Should be 1.5, 1, and look, we can see, so things to check for. This guy right here is different, so we're going to go from here to here, and we can still put a measurement in there, and that will be 0.5. Okay, and then we want to also make sure that this measurement is 0.5, so you can tell that it doesn't quite line up, right? So we're going to say that that's 0.5. So once we have all of our measurements in, you're ready to extrude. So I believe you can actually do an extrusion from the sketch. So you can either click extrude, and it should extrude it, or in Autodesk, if you're using Autodesk, there's a green check mark too, and you can hit the green check mark, and then you hit extrude. And I always like to extrude from an isometric view. That way I see all the dimensions of it and I know which direction it's extruding in and if it looks far enough. And our extrusion for that was 2.5. Okay. So once you've got that extrusion done for this part of the assignment, you're done. You're going to do 3 more of these in the assignment though. So you've got to show me another sketch, 3 more hand sketches. There'll be 3 more hand sketches that look like this, and then you're going to have another sketch then you're going to have 3 more parts that will look like this in OnShape. So you got a total of 4 parts that you're going to make for this assignment. So if you guys have questions, let me know in class. I'm going to upload these shortly. Hopefully you guys are able to use them.